Welcome to Space News! I'm Braden.
I'm Zell.
I'm Dan.
And the fourth spot today is reserved for our Lord and Savior. If he rises at some point today, maybe he can jump on, join the show. I don't know about you guys. I didn't hide the eggs well enough. Jesus got them all.
Came in, he snuck in and got him.
The re-rising.
Didn't get any. A special early Easter. Everyone's got Easter dinners going on, so we thought we'd deliver some Easter space news a little early this Sunday. I'll replay this at 6:30 for anyone that was going to catch it later as you're chomping down some turkey.
The turkey is it turkey at Easter as well?
It's a ham. I think it's ham.
Oh, buddy. Honestly, I'm not a ham guy.
Me either.
Which is surprising, but I hate like a honey glazed ham when you just got that big ham hock on there. Not for me.
Not for me. No, I never a big ham guy. Hey, Brady, you turn on your virtual camera so we see you.
Oh, yeah, there.
Hey, there he is.
Now, the other thing is the only thing I wished the scalp potatoes.
Oh, it was delicious.
Potatoes, yeah.
Yeah, delicious. But those don't go with turkey. And I agree, those probably go with the ham better.
Yeah.
Right? But that's the one thing I don't like the ham, but I would kill for those scalloped potatoes because I could do without mashed potatoes. Just saying, like with turkey dinner.
You could. There's a lot of different versions of potatoes that I'm fine with. You could have baked potatoes, scalloped potatoes, mashed potatoes, whipped potatoes, double baked potatoes, tater tots.
It's so funny because every time we have a turkey dinner now, after turkey dinner, for some reason, I've got wicked acid reflux. And every time we have it, I'm going to narrow it down to what in this turkey dinner. And so now I've got it narrowed down to the turkey, the sweet peach corn, stuffing, the gravy, the pierogies.
Yeah, it's narrowed. It's
the onion. What else do we have? Or the cheesecake right after.
It could be.
And the 4 beers. I'm not sure. I'm down to I'm under 10 now. One of these things is giving me acid reflux after. There's no way it could be a combination of everything consumed within an hour at copious amounts, right?
No way.
No. But of course, while we're here today, we got some space news.
Space news.
I didn't realize they actually had a designation of strange star.
Yeah. It's actually a thing.
That surprised me. It's there's whenever I read articles of scientists find strange star, I was just like, oh yeah, cool. I wonder what's strange about it. I didn't realize that that's a designation for stars where they're we don't really know how this one works. Throw it in the strange star category. Legit classification of star is strange star.
Specifically the one that they're kind of referring to this week is we're talking about the totally memorable name of XMMU J173203.3-344518. Everybody's favorite strange star.
Love how they names those strange stars.
Apparently they need to get the IKEA guy to name these. Right? It's just...
It'd be like
catchy.
strange stellar sporg or something like it.
Yeah.
This is a pretty tiny star. Apparently its mass is only about 3/4 of our sun. And it's squeezed all into about an area they said that's about equivalent of Manhattan Island. So it's imagine 3/4 of our sun smashed into a tiny little
standing room only for those subatomic particles.
Now we've known about this star for quite a while, and we've made some new discoveries about it. Apparently, there is a new study by some astrophysicists from the University of Sao Paulo and the Federal University of ABC in Brazil, which confirms some very strange star stuff might be going on with this thing. So last year, some scientists in Germany had put together a reassessment of the distance of how far that this tiny little star blob was kind of where it was located from us. Originally, they thought it was about 10,000 light years away.
Just mere 10,000.
Mere 10,000. Yeah. But I guess when they went back to look at it, they calculate it now that it's about they shaved off about 2,000 light years, and it's about 8,150 light years away. And with this new
did they
distance,
make a mistake, or is it getting closer? I've seen Fifth Element.
It approaches.
And with this correction, or this recalculation of the data, they had to look at the qualities of this star and then reassess them, according to that data. So when they did that, and there's some stuff that makes this star certainly weird. Now, as most people know, stars at a certain mass, when they run out of stuff to burn, essentially, or that doesn't burn,
when it's your main sequence stars, like the ones like our sun are similar. They run out of shit. They run out of shit to burn, and they start collapsing.
Right. And so when they go ahead and, collapse in on themselves, that's where we get our cool supernovas and whatnot. And then there's stuff. Now, it doesn't just go away. Now, you have some that if it's dense enough, right, you can have a neutron star. If you have everything collapse down into a small little tiny little thing, it's a neutron star. Not quite a black hole, but it's that this little all the matter that was in the center of the star is kind of squeezed together. And then if it's enough mass that's left over, all of that can become a black hole. So it's like if it gets over a certain size, then it will become a black hole. There's actually levels and kind of like fine little limits that scientists have discovered by the observations of the millions and hundreds of thousands of stars that we've gotten to look at over the years. Now, the lower mass limit that they have for a neutron star is thought to be just about over 1 solar mass, equivalent to our stars, about 1.17 times the mass of our sun. Now, XMMU J1732033.3-344518 is, according to the new calculations, is probably about 77% of our solar mass, which is really confusing because it's not a neutron star. It doesn't seem to be.
So it's at that mass and that size, it should be a neutron star, if not a black hole at this point.
Exactly. And now they're speculating that this is what they have hypothetically called a strange star. It's like a hypothetical object that they thought of.
What should we call it, boys? Strange.
Well, see, this is what frustrates me, is because I'm like, they'll give these stars the dumbest names ever, and then they're like, okay, well, what category of star? They're like, how about we just call it strange? Their naming is all over the place. We've said it before. So we need some sort of government agency to kind of like get in, like a naming agency. We should start some sort of like astronomical naming agency, and like everyone has to come through us before they pitch these fucking stupid names.
It should have been just like Bizarro Star or something.
Well, that's how you get stars named
Star
Sunny
Bizarro.
McSunface.
Star Bizarro, boom,
like,
renamed.
Bizarro.
See, that's how easy it is. That's how easy it is.
All right, 3 guys came up with a better name.
But these strange stars hypothetically are supposed to consist of mainly quarks, like the principal.
This all crushed down to the building blocks of atoms.
The basis building blocks of the inside of atoms, right? Now with this one, they're thinking that if you, I thought it was really funny because they have the quark things, and they basically, if you have enough energy in one spot, you can have these quarks that kind of overcome the forces that bind them together and arrange them into things like protons and neutrons and whatever. And then they just become kind of chaotic and whatever. And then they form an actual new state or new form of matter, which scientists call quark matter.
Quark matter.
Which I thought was pretty great. I was like, damn it. I don't know whether it's, it's like, do they just call it a pun or they just call it, this is really good.
I typed in a couple of these things in I was like, obviously I'm a dum-dum. and I'm sure there's other dum-dums like me that listen to the show, so I had to type in like, because for some reason, again, because I'm an idiot, when you say quark, I don't know why. There's no, it's close to quack. So like when in spelling, so when you say that, the first thing that pops into my monkey brain is just a duck. I just go, oh, ducks.
Yeah.
Like that's how my brain works. So I had to look it up. So it's like quarks are.
What is a duck?
I had to be like, yeah. I had to get it to, I had to get our old buddy ChatGPT to explain it to me. Like and some people do like grade 5. I see like a 3-year-old. And that's where I understand it. So quarks are like the little building blocks that make up protons and neutrons, which are the tiny things that make up atoms. They are really, really, really tiny.
It's a good description.
You can't see them even with a microscope. Quarks come in different flavors like up, down, strange, charm, top and bottom. And if you think of them like different colored Lego blocks, just like you can put together different Lego blocks together to make something new, scientists can put quarks together in different ways to make different kinds of particles, like the quark particle you were talking about. Boom. I understand quarks now. It's not ducks.
It's not ducks. You heard it here.
XMMU J173203.3 ... is not a duck.
Confirmed, not a duck.
Confirmed, not a duck. But yeah, this is pretty groundbreaking because it's just the fact that like they said, it's like this might be a different kind of star than they're really used to ever seeing. They haven't ruled out that perhaps like this has some other mundane explanation, the way that they're reading it and the way the data is presenting itself. But it's exciting for them to see something like this, which they really haven't seen before.
All right, theorists, listen up. This week's sponsor of Alien Theorist Theorizing is our best sponsor, maybe of all time, Mood.com. If you've been listening to the show for a while, you know I'm a huge weed person. I love flower. I love gummies and edibles. I love the drinks. I love the chocolates. I love it all. I love popping a couple, theorizing with the boys, having a good time. That's why I'm here again telling you about Mood.com. It's changing the way people can buy weed. You know, most dispensaries make you choose between strains with kind of ridiculous names, and you have no idea which one is for you, which one makes you giggly, which one makes you sleepy, which is best for you when you're having a night out. And you're standing there at the fucking counter and being like, all right, just give me something. I don't care. That's where Mood.com has it figured out. And you can get 20% off your first order with promo code ALIEN. So keep that handy because this is going to blow your damn mind. It's now 100% federally legal in the USA to have really great bud shipped right to your door. It's third-party lab tested and ships to your door in a discreet little box. Best of all, everything's backed by Mood's 100-day satisfaction guarantee. Like I said, get 20% off with code ALIEN at checkout. Check the show notes of the podcast. Put in your promo code ALIEN. Do it now. Mood.com. All right, back to the show.
What else will they find next?
The universe is weird, man. It's wild.
It's crazy. Full of ducks, man.
Dark matter, quark matter, quack matter. Quack matter's next. Yeah. Duck matter.
We're getting dangerously close to DuckTales here.
I'm getting triggered.
It all comes back to DuckTales.
You know what? Noah, speaking of ducks, Nova has discovered Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
And the character Donald Duck fucking drives me insane. I can't stand that voice. How is that a voice on a show? How is no one else so mad about this voice? You can't understand a word this fucking thing says.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I hope she starts impersonating Donald Duck.
Starts quacking, talking like that.
Before we get to the next space news, shout out Mark Dixon, Bandito Frito. We see you there, and Scott Sully. And thanks for joining the live stream, commenting in the chat. Yes, happy bunny hiding eggs day to you too. Mark Dixon saying, "Hey boys, how are you? Much love from the UK." We're
much love to the UK.
Canada, yeah, much love out to the UK, if you're even real. We've moved on from fake Australia to fake the rest of the world, to be honest.
The only things left is Canada, I believe.
Right? Yeah. I was like, outside the continental, where I've been, I don't know if exists.
I haven't seen it with my own eyes, so I cannot believe it.
Yeah. What else we got here? We got more signals from space. Repeating signal traced to rocky Earth-sized world could reveal the key to habitability.
Or
that's a hard word. That's a hard word to say.
Habitability?
Yeah.
It is.
Like when you read that, when you look at that word and then go to read it, like I had a pause. I thought I was going to have a photography moment. I was like,
nailed it.
It's just like when you
started
want
to
to read
stutter
it.
a bit.
Well, it's one of those words you can't, if you sound it out, then you're going to say habitability, which sounds stupid. You know what I mean? Because you got to let it roll. You got to really just let it flow. Habitability.
Yeah, just
like you got to let your mouth just. The second it comes off your tongue, you're just going with it. You can't stop.
Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it.
Habitability.
There you go.
All right,
it's a lot of syllables in one word.
It is. It's a good word. So that's.
So in their big catalog of discovered planets or extrasolar planets, scientists have a planet known as YZ Ceti B.
Much better name. Much better name.
Could have been YYZ, which would have been way cooler. But that would have been neat, but it's just YZ. So half as cool, maybe. Which is a planet that is orbiting a red dwarf star about 12 light years from Earth. It's about comparable Earth-sized planet. But now a lot of people think that when scientists are looking for a habitable planet or a planet that would be for us, you're looking for people would be like, oh, what do you think makes a habitable planet? You'd be like, oh, atmosphere, water, like those two things maybe, But actually there's a third thing. There's a third quality that scientists look for, and that's ducks. Yes. Quack matter. Quack. But it's the magnetic field that our planet has, which is, vital in basically keeping our atmosphere from being stripped away by the stellar winds of our home star.
That's the only reason God life.
It's kind of wild to think. Like when I was reading this and into this article, I was like, that is a good point, because I'm like, if they have that, I'm like, it makes terraforming it become a possibility, all this other stuff. But I'm like, if it's just a floating rocky world, like fucking good luck. You're done. Right? You can look at the just next door, Mars, right? Yeah. Mars scientists, are now, farther along and thinking that, Mars at one point had an atmosphere.
It was Earth.
Something similar to Earth, and at one point it lost its magnetic field. And then that may have been, a contributing factor to when it just, eventually the atmosphere that it did have was just eroded away.
Dan, have you not heard about the ancient nuclear war that was on Mars? That's what stripped the atmosphere away.
And all that's left is the tunneled reptilians, right? Those cockroach things.
No, they had to escape Mars.
Terraform Mars.
They had to escape Mars because they stripped the atmosphere in their planetary battle for domination. Yeah, right. And then they had to jump to Earth.
Right? That's where Obama served.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. According to
and then he was transported forward in time to be implanted as president of the United States in order to prepare the world for the incoming invasion.
I thought he was a child. I thought he was a child soldier, because we send over all the missing children to Mars because they're small enough to fit into the insectoid tunnels.
No, that's the Montauk Project. We had to we had to send them. They can only fit through the portal, right? The portal's child sized. That's them and homeless people that you pick up off the street. And
that's right. Yeah.
Homeless winos that you can chuck through the portal.
Right. And that's why the government is just shoveling out all these opioids, is because we're losing the war. So they need to make more homeless people
to recruit more soldiers.
To fight our wars on Mars.
Yeah. Right. They can't tell anyone about. Yeah. The draft isn't working. Right. But you listen, someone will sign up for another hit. Right? This is all the government's doing. This is all government, big pharma, propagating our military industrial complex on other planets.
YZ Ceti B not only is like a candidate for being an actual habitable planet, it's actually given us a better way, or at least scientists, when they've looked at it, it's given them a better way to identify magnetic fields on these smaller rocky worlds that are outside of our solar system. And before this, they've never really had a reliable way or technique to kind of figure out if a planet has a stable magnetic field or things like this. So what they found with Ceti B is that a repeating radio signal might be the clue that can indicate for scientists that a planet might have a robust magnetic field. Now, the scientists believe that because SETI B's orbit is actually around its red dwarf star is 2 days. Its entire orbit is 2 days.
Woo. Boy, is this fucking humming around that star.
It is hauling around that star. I mean,
everyone on that planet's like stuck on the gravitron, just fucking back
to. To compare to our solar system, I think Mercury has the shortest one. It's 88 days. Like you're just, and this thing's just cruising around. Yeah, this thing's cruising around at like 2 days. So they're saying that as this planet plows through the kind of the solar radiation that surrounds its star that's being thrown out by the star, it's kind of just like picking up that stuff, and then so it's forming its own little with the interactions that it's having with these solar radiation is creating its little magnetic field. And so they were able to kind of match up the radio signals that were coming from that star with the orbit time that they had calculated for SETI B. So they're saying that this is what we can use now to show us that if they have, there's a likely chance that these planets have a magnetic field, which is something that would potentially be, give it a greater chance of having, being habitable for, at least a greater chance of being habitable for humans, and then beyond that, perhaps even having life on there or being a candidate for having life.
Not even necessarily that there could be life on it, but just that now that they've have a way of identifying magnetic fields on other planets, now you could maybe look for one that's more Earth size and in the Goldilocks zone that probably that you could actually deduce like that could be suitable for life. But I don't know about this planet being so close to the sun, going that fast. How fast is it spinning?
No, they said
can you see
this one would probably not.
That's the chosen one of SETI B. Gravitron image.
I think they said for SETI B, they're like SETI B would probably not be habitable for humans because it's so close to its star. Like it's really close to its star. Like we probably wouldn't be able to live there. But
living in caves.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're just getting better at because it's
finding them.
At like bringing that scope in to where there's going to be habitable life, right? It's like, okay, we found all these Goldilocks zones. We can, before we weren't good at that. And then it's like, now we can find these planets that we think have, have the possibility for life. Yeah, now we can narrow it down to the planets that are in these Goldilocks zones that are orbiting these stars at a certain distance that also have a robust magnetic field. Like we're just scoping that. It's like I said, it's just a matter of time before we're going to have an article in Space News that go like based on all of our evidence and all these tests are running, this planet here in this,
right. Once you have all those parameters and you can feed them
some
into
sort of life.
Yeah, you can feed them into a computer and or AI
into the AI controlling the satellites,
and it will take that data and it will narrow down that list.
Yeah,
and eventually we'll be able to find out what gave Braden acid reflux from turkey dinner.
Which one? Yeah, so we're running the same tests. This next article is great. Is it a surprise? No, because Zell's told us this as much. But we now have evidence that, us humans were doing hallucinogenic drugs as long as 3,600 years ago.
Intentionally,
Yeah. Well, listen, I guarantee you it's longer than that.
I guarantee you that is the reason. If it's not for alien intervention, it is the primates. If we're coming from primates, them discovering hallucinogens by accident is what triggered the creative mind. And over a million years of eating mushrooms, their brains grew. That's how we became evolved. It's all about drugs. It goes way back.
Yeah.
The article that Braden mentioned was talking about a new analysis of some hair that they recovered from a almost 4,000-year-old burial site in the Mediterranean southwest of Spain on a tiny little island called Menorca. And so what they found is that in this burial site, there was a number of like containers that had hair, like they had hair from some of these people who were buried there. And some of this hair, they were able to kind of, miraculously being preserved the way it was. They were able to do some analysis on that and showing that there were remains of they could detect like traces of psychoactive hallucinogenic plants and stuff inside their hair. Now, like Zell's saying, we've had kind of evidence that there have been psychoactive plants and tools for their preparation and probably consumption and, depiction in art and all of this stuff that
forever.
Culture, forever.
It's part of human culture.
But this is the first time that they found like actual traces of the compounds themselves in human bodily tissue samples.
That's crazy. You could find them that far after. That's awesome.
So it was some researchers from the University of Valladolid and the Autonomous University of Barcelona in Spain and the University de Chile were fortunate enough to recover these samples and then put them together and detect traces of plants like they said nightshade, or in the nightshade family. They said mandrake, henbane, thorn apple, joint pine. They said were probably the likely sources for these drugs that they were detecting in the hair samples. Now, if you have, they said just consider, here's a quote, considering the potential toxicity of the alkaloids found in the hair, their handling, use, and applications represented highly specialized knowledge. So the researchers are pretty much saying that these must have been prepared by someone who knew what they were doing. So their theory is that it was
purposeful.
That these were prepared by shamans or I guess whatever, like hedge witches or whatever they call them. People who knew what they were doing.
Naturopaths.
Yeah.
Man, all of the ancient cultures were doing it. Like we know that the Greeks were doing it with the ergot root and those, was it the Euclidean mysteries? They would take the 10-day journey and they'd sip this fucking drink and it's pretty much doing LSD. Is what they're doing.
Wrecked.
Yeah.
Or sit on methane. What was it, like methane fountains or whatever in some areas, just like hallucinogenic gases and stuff, getting ripped. I can see the future.
Well, I know it, dude. It's like, and I always kind of wondered of like all these great minds and stuff throughout history that we see. I wonder like how many of them had done these hallucinogenics, because sometimes when you're on them, you see stuff and you're just like, and it's hard to explain to people who have never done any, but it's like, there's times when you're on them at a specific time where you're like, you unlock knowledge and you're like, I can't forget this. And you immediately forget
and
it.
It's gone.
It's like the second you unlock the knowledge, it's instantly fleeting. And you're like, wait, what did I just said I can't forget that.
I've just witnessed the fabric of reality. I'm witnessing it right now. I cannot forget how this looks. And then 2 hours later,
like, what was that like? You're like, I remember I had some sort of epiphany, but I don't remember about what.
I almost cracked the mystery of life.
So it's like, I wonder how many like great minds have like seen that stuff and like, and have just started to,
and then you write them down. And then you write them down, you put them in text and it becomes religion. Because you see these things.
Yeah, and that's actually a little interesting part about the discovery as well, is that they said that these people that were buried there and had their hair put in these containers, the hair had been dyed red as part of, what they assume is some type of ritual. And then they had been put inside, not the people, but the hair had been put inside like these special containers that they're saying, which were made of wood and antler. And they said that they all featured these kind of designs, similar designs of like concentric circles that, they're not sure what they represent because, we weren't there. So we don't know what they were drawing, but they're saying that, maybe they represent eyes or they hint at what these people saw, like when they engaged with these hallucinogens, and this could possibly represent what their altered minds were seeing while they were participating in these rituals. Because it's pretty
cool.
Rad.
Yeah, super cool.
They don't know why the people were put there. I think they mentioned that a theory is that perhaps these people and these containers were buried here as a way to kind of, due to the fact that there was a large cultural shift going on at that time, about said 3,600 years ago. So this was something perhaps that was just kind of, like a sect or something like that would have been, harried or something, like trying to preserve their knowledge or their way of life, essentially on this weird, it is, if you look up Menorca, it's like this weird little island just like sitting off the coast of like pretty far off the coast, like of Spain. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know what else you do on a Spanish island 3,600 years ago. So
yeah, drugs.
Drugs.
You know what's crazy about like a culture shift? I think right now we're going through a culture shift when it comes to how we view hallucinogens. And I bet you in the next 5 or 10 years, it's going to be the number one therapy for depression, anxiety, and all of that. There's all these RRSIs and all these other drugs are going to be replaced with like low dose psilocybin or something else. Because now, for the first time, like in the last few generations, they're actually researching the effects of hallucinogens on people with all these disorders. And like I don't know anything about it really, but from what I hear, it seems pretty profound in the results. Low dose. I'm not talking about giving someone a heroic 5 grams of mushrooms and sending them off into the woods
on Space Quest.
I mean, that's a different journey that you should take at your own risk. But
yeah, you give them that high dose. You sit them in front of an episode of DuckTales, and then they know the secrets of the universe. Like
that's the combo.
Quack matter. It's all quack matter.
I can't forget this.
Got it. Write it down. My hands are made of jelly. What do I do?
So every week on Space News, outside of I always try to keep one ridiculous article, and this is one that Dan's been talking to us about forever.
Really?
Dan's always talking. He goes, math, math makes me come all the time.
Yeah.
He just said, he's like, oh God, I love math
all the time.
And now science has proven that, the nerds were right.
There's a mathematical formula.
Yeah, to achieve the male orgasm. And it's 1 + 1.
Yeah, 1 + 1 equals
A + B = C, UN.
Yeah.
So basically, I kind of thought that was fine. As soon as I saw that headline, I was like,
they had a team of scientists, I guess from there's a team of researchers from the University of Sussex in the Sussex, that's pretty funny, in the UK, and they combed through decades of data on physiological and psychological arousal. So it's like, people have been studying this stuff for decades. It's, good studies since like the 60s, I suppose. And after combing through tons and tons of data, and then there was another study that they had. The interesting study was one from, I think it was from Sweden or Norway. I can't remember, but it was basically from 2006, and it was mentioned that this is the one. I've seen those pictures, floating around. But basically, they had. It's a really interesting concept. Is like they would measure. They basically had people engage in certain, sexual acts within an MRI machine. And then they watched like the way that the nervous system and stuff.
And then
reacted.
A bunch of guys are just doing math on they got their Casios out. Dude, I could have told this.
Write that down.
There once was a man with 69 boobs. That's too many. He went down 51st Street to talk to Dr. X, who ate them all. Yeah. And left her boobless. Then you flip the calculator. I already know these equations. I was taught them in elementary school.
But we're going through all that data. It's just really funny because they said that probably the most important thing that they took away from this entire study was basically too much psychological arousal early on can make it harder to reach orgasm. Basically, don't overthink it.
Don't think too hard.
Don't think.
Empty your mind.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, easy.
So there is
just do some math. If you do some math in your head while you're in the deed, it helps you last longer.
I thought the name of the publication that it was put down released in is pretty great. It was published in Chaos, an Interdisciplinary Journal of Nonlinear Science.
Look at
is
this.
what they put down.
Fucking equation.
Yeah. So there's actual math. Like they put together a whole bunch of stuff that they essentially said, like these mathematical equations, they said like inserting certain factors and whatever, the factors that they identified as, having having large effects or having to do with, sexual arousal for males. This is specifically they kind of made that qualification that this is, the specification that these are for males. Like this is specific, and they're planning on moving on to females next. So maybe we'll get that information and we'll finally know.
Everything's a mathematical formula. If you can unlock it, you have the secrets to the universe.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. I just imagine it. It's just like, anybody ever watched that series like Action Man? And it was
they got a team. They got a team of scientists on the female one. I think it's front led by Dr. Johnny Sins.
Let's put him in the lab coat. Guy's multi-talented, man.
Can do anything.
He can do anything. Hold on, I'm going in. Takes off his lab coat. Right. That is a neat study. There's a lot of math, and I guess math is cool. Still,
math
not just for space exploration. Yeah, not just for space exploration.
Yeah. Why don't we fire up the randomatron?
No, it was one more piece of space news that's very important, actually, that we got to read.
Oh.
Because it was just unveiled just this last week.
Mm-hmm.
The Artemis crew.
Oh, that's right.
Has been announced.
How did I forget that?
Including maybe the greatest astronaut ever to live, a Canadian, actually, will be sent around the moon. But someone's got to help me with the first name because I don't want to get out of line here. Christina Koch. I didn't want to say what you thought first when you read it.
What is it? Is it Koch?
Yeah. Koch.
Sometimes
Cook.
Sometimes it's Cook because we knew a cook that was spelled that way.
It's not what came to your mind when you read it. That's all I know.
Math.
So she holds the longest single spaceflight by a woman, and she will be the mission specialist on the Artemis 2, which is flying around the moon first. It's not going to land on the moon right away. Then we got to move over to Victor Glover, pretty sure brother of Danny.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
He's up there in case they run into any predators.
Yeah. He'll be the pilot of the Orion spacecraft. He'll also be the first black man to take part in a lunar mission back in the 60s. It might have been a little racist back then, it sounds like.
Racism in the 60s?
No. Rounding out the crew, we got Reed Wiseman, 47 years old, and then the greatest astronaut of all time, Jeremy Hansen, former fighter pilot, and now with the Canadian Space Agency, the first Canadian to go anywhere near outside of Earth orbit.
Yeah.
We haven't gone anywhere close to the moon. So that's pretty awesome, man. That's going to be a flight around. I'm sure it's going to get delayed 8 more times before they actually finally do it.
It's so wild to me that this is the first time in 50 years
that we're shooting people to the moon.
Yeah.
Well, China's been to the moon, but a drone, right?
Yeah. Well, they have their lander out there. It's the first time a manned mission has been to the moon.
Mark O'Leal says first Canadian to leave Canada.
Yeah. Not wrong.
Yeah, it's true. No, we had that. We had, was it Chris? Why do I want to say Chris? Is it Chris Hansen? He was on the space station though. Hatfield. Chris Hatfield.
Yeah, but that's
Chris Hansen's the one who catches orbit. Predators.
Yeah. Along with Danny Glover.
Yeah. So we've had there's been a couple Canadians to leave.
But they haven't gotten past low Earth. That's what I mean. No one's been, they go to the space station, they come back. That's it. So November 2024, they're aiming for, prepare for some pushbacks. I mean, we're supposed to be there now. Yeah.
I think they're also pushing for, and this is the stepping stone towards Mars. And I think one of the NASA engineers on this, when they made the announcement, was talking about, or when they made the press release, was talking about perhaps optimistically is 2040.
Yeah, optimistically. Yeah. SpaceX is going to beat them though.
If all this goes good, if all this goes well, we'll be on Mars fighting humanoid cockroach reptilians again.
Fuck, every single time, full bottle Cueva. I tell you, these targeted ads are wild on these space and science sites.
I don't know what you got your cookies set out here.
I'm telling you, Dan
got some weird shit.
Dan talked about a waifu once, and now that's all that pops up on my screen. It's not me. I keep getting absolutely fucking roasted by these targeted ads. Everyone was making fun of me saying I had foot fungus because it was like a full page of foot fungus ads. I was like, I don't have foot fungus. My feet are fine.
Your feet are fine now.
Yeah. So,
because you got that targeted ad.
That targeted ad. You got the foot fungus cream, and you're good to go.
You know what? I should try that out. All right, let's fire up the Randomtron, see what it spits out here for us.
All right. I've been trying to track down the Randomtron in the quantum ether. It's gone. So I've been constructing in secret a new version of the Randomtron. The Z series, not the Z series, the Z series.
Yeah.
It turns out there's
better Z than dead.
It turns out there's only really one way to build them. So you're not going to notice much of a difference, I don't think. But let's fire up what I'm calling. I was going to call it the Z1. Keep it real simple. Even the Z1 has targeted ads on it, though.
Oh, okay. It's unavoidable at this point.
It's unavoidable.
Yeah.
Now,
Quantum
now
targeted ads.
It's trying to get me to go to Safeway. I'm too cheap to pay for the sampler. All right, let's fire it up.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Tell you.
It's magical.
UFO case file of the week.
Oh, shit.
It's printed out the whole UFO case file book. I have so many copies of these goddamn books because it prints them out every
prints out the whole thing.
It just prints out the whole.
No, it prints out the whole thing, but there's only all blank pages except for one.
It's so annoying. I'm like, just print out the whole book.
It's so inefficient.
Yeah, it's terrible. This account is from Rosemary Hawkins.
Is that a person or a place?
I don't know. Time will tell, Dan. All right. Time will tell. Rosemary Hawkins was one of 3 women who experienced a UFO event in July 1981 in Shrewsbury, Shropshire.
Shropshire.
The other witnesses were Viv Hayward and Valerie Waters. They were returning from an evening out, driving towards Telford, Newtown, in the early hours of the morning. During the drive, they saw a peculiar red and white lights across fields near them, and they could apparently identify a structured object to which the lights were attached. The lights were apparently pacing a car. Now we've seen that before. There's been tons of other. What's the one with the kid and the grandmas?
Oh, the
that one.
Oh, I can't remember. Yeah, that one.
Right? They went to the diner where then they got paced by the UFO.
Got bad seafood.
Bad seafood, bad gas station clam chowder, and then they got paced by UFO. But tons of these. This is not uncommon. There seemed to have been some interference with the car. Oh, yeah. The lights were apparently pacing their car. That's what I was meant to say. There seems to have been some interference with their car as it lost power. And when they tried to speed up to put the object behind them, they also noticed that there was no other traffic on the road. However, the lights dimmed, vanished, and the car apparently regained its power. The woman drove immediately to a local police station. They commented that the drive seemed to take an awfully long time. You know what? Good on them. I'm going to say that right now. If you are driving down the highway and you get paced by a UFO and you lose your lights, you lose stuff, don't go home. Don't do anything. Go to the authorities right away. Report it. I think that's probably the most credible thing to do. Like if you go home and sit on that information, like get authorities out there, because what we know is that sometimes in these cases, when authorities have gone out to just do a drive-by, they've seen some shit too, right? So you want that corroborating evidence.
Yeah, ASAP. Get it to them.
No, you want to get out of your car. flag them down, wave them down, put up hitchhike, whatever you got to do to get aboard the ship.
Yeah.
Hopefully get off the ship. What the fuck?
All right, this week's Patreon supporters.
Drop the soundboard as Zeltron comes on.
From the apparent time of the event to the time taken to reach the police station, there would appear to be a period of missing time of approximately 20 minutes or more. Hypnotic regression sessions were undertaken by Dr. Joseph Jaffe and Leslie Davis, a homeopathic doctor. Under hypnosis, Viv Hayward recalls the car being taken up into the air and seeing a white cloud around her. Her companions were apparently not with her as the car was drawn into the underside of a UFO. She was apparently removed from the car and subjected to some medical examination on board the UFO by creatures approximately 4 feet tall wearing green cloaks. That's terrifying. After a grueling physical examination, Miss Hayward was then returned to the car and the car returned to the ground.
Oh, she was just a candidate for the Green Lantern Corps.
Yeah. There is some corroboration from Rosemary Hawkins of this account, as she recalls being taken from the car and also recalls that her companions were not with her. Apparently, she was examined by robots on wheels, but was not subjected to the same grueling physical examination as her companion. Valerie Waters was examined by Dr. Albert Keller, who found a different, uncooperative story in her recollection. During her recall, the car was apparently stationary and Miss Hawkins was missing. Miss Walters left the car, leaving Miss Hayward alone. She has no recollection of the UFO, but does feel that she was floated into a room and encountered entities wearing green cloaks. But these are of quite different proportions of entities that Miss Hayward encountered. They were tall, with dark shoulder-length hair, blue eyes, and white skin. Miss Walters apparently believes that something gynecological in nature occurred, but has no recollection of what. A claim which would ring true in later years with the predominant modern theory of human-alien hybrid breeding. Although sensibly cautious about the objective reality of the recall of these women, all the doctors involved appeared to have been impressed by their sincerity, with Leslie Davis stating the women were telling them the truth as they saw it. Now, the kind of puts an interesting thought in my mind is Zell, you've said it, that we experience like our reality in this wavelength, right? And maybe the different, just slight variation of accounts is because that's how we perceive these things coming through. Like everyone's perception's a little different. So they're seeing kind of similar things, but a little bit different proportionally, right? Like just by just person to person. Robots with wheels sounds interesting. Right? Like, you know what I mean? Like maybe everyone sees these extra...
Maybe it was 3 UFOs and they all had to like rock, paper, scissors for who they were picking up. Robots were like, we got that one. We got this one.
Split them. Well, I was just thinking, I'm like, maybe it's one of those things where it's like, maybe these things, wherever they're from, when we're experiencing them, everyone sees them a little differently. So like maybe if the three of, exactly. So if maybe the 3 of us, like I'd see, like Dan would see a gross little,
favorite movie of Contact.
We'll have to ask him what his favorite movie is. Dan would probably see like a reptilian. Zell would see, like a tall gray, and I'd see like one of them blonde Nordics.
You get the sexy Nordic. You get the sexy Nordic.
Antonio Villa Boris saw, right? I'd see one of those for sure.
Well, I mean, that's more of like a hologram situation rather than like if they do exist in a different frequency and they're visible in that frequency, we would have to alter our sense to be able to see them. Drugs or instruments. What if you take like a little psychedelics, open up a couple different pathways in the brain, and you can see that extra little frequency. But then I've heard this debunked also because scientifically you only have so many rods and cones in your eyes and that's what you see. So that doesn't really change the visible,
Yeah, I guess so.
the visible light going into your eye is not changing. You need to put on some type of maybe some like goggles that can alter that frequency into visible light so you could see whatever that was.
Yeah. Interesting. Ghost goggles.
Yeah, exactly. Like a ghost goggle, like seeing into a different dimension or different.
13 ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Right? That was 13 ghosts, right? Did they put on the ghost goggles?
Is that the one where all the ghosts are in the basement?
That was the Tony Shalhoub, but that was the one with Tony Shalhoub, right?
Yeah,
Did they have the ghost goggles in that one?
Well, to be honest, I remember the ghost goggles more from the parody of Scary Movie 2.
Okay, but they were parodying.
They were parodying that movie. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, it's always interesting when you read these accounts and stuff. But like, if this was going to happen to you, definitely report it right away. Like honestly, nowadays you're not going to get the ridicule. You probably will get some ridicule. Not going to lie, but it's going to be more accepted when when the story comes out wider.
You get ridiculed for everything nowadays. It doesn't matter.
So who gives
a shit
what you say? We want to know because we want to, we want to share this story and hopefully it resonates with other people who have had similar experiences. 100%. Now, if you're not already on our Facebook page, we got the Theorite group. People roasting us, posting memes, posts. These are the most popular posts of the last 2 weeks. First post is by Wesley Smith Jr. He was fortunate enough to see his first aurora from Wisconsin. That is a pretty low down aurora, and that is a pretty spectacular aurora to see. Count yourself very fortunate, Wesley.
Yeah, that's right.
And then people were, this is the Aurora news I love. We had Jim Bowman showing his in northern Wisconsin. Amanda Raffi sharing hers in Toronto area. Tons of people out seeing them.
Come to our Facebook page and whip out your auroras.
Yeah, whip out your auroras. Next, we had Kyle Woods. He said, "A time travel predicts our future. Aliens will conquer Earth on March 23rd. It is now April 9th. Unfortunately, this, you can't always be right.
No.
Right. So this was,
if we go by Terminator rules, then it just pushed somebody, they send a robot back and it just pushed it off for a couple
by coming
years.
back and telling us it's throwing the plan up.
Right. So they pushed the plan. What is it? Did they in T3, they pushed it forward? Like Doomsday got pushed forward a couple of years or something, I think.
So, and then we had, this one's good. Andre Lacoste said, "I feel like Zell has this in his house somewhere. He would whip it out, but it's primarily used in the bedroom."
That's not a common thing. People have a spine whip. It's like a normal thing.
Yeah.
It's a normal bedroom decor.
Yeah, what are you talking about? I've seen it. I will confirm he does have it. 100%. Dan, someone in the chat, who was it, said, someone commented congratulating me on the new family, and Chris McCormick said, "My girlfriend will make a baby with you, Dan."
Oh.
So if you want to join the family,
interesting.
You can mathematically have sex with Chris McCormick's
mathematical
baby.
I'll give you the equations.
And welcome Flavia Santabanas and what's going on, Lost 687. Last one for the memes we have. Oh, this is definitely not one. Never mind. It was just a random. Now, Zell, did you have something that was coming back here at the end of this episode?
I'm bringing it back. The fabled, the mythical band of the week will make its triumphant return to the podcast. We had to close that down during the Spotify days and YouTube striking us. So I'm going to be giving band of the week out. We're going to do it, maybe not every Space News, but so twice a month or so. The rules for band of the week. It doesn't have to be necessarily a band, but you have to be able to perform it live.
That's good.
How do we prove it?
Fair.
I just mean that it's all electronic.
Oh, yeah.
And you got to push play on the laptop.
Well, and to be honest, there's also going to be a little bit of bias in this sense that if one of us hears it and goes, "This is the worst fucking thing I ever heard," we're not playing it.
No, I can play.
Also, the bias
whatever
of it's
I
like
want.
we get one. Yeah, if we get one, this is the one that's going on.
Yeah, okay. I mean, we don't get a lot.
Fair enough. All right, we'll play whatever.
We'll play whatever. You just if you can play it live, and obviously you can't be signed. You can't be a signed band. You don't get any more.
Yeah.
If you made it there, like, I mean, you don't need any more help from
help
us.
us out. Help us out.
Fucking help us out. Yeah, no doubt.
Put us on your song.
So I'm going to start it off with a band I just recorded because I don't have any other submissions because I just started it. So this band's called...
Where can people submit?
Crush XO is the band. You can submit to alientheorist@gmail.com. Make sure to put band of the week submission or something like that so we don't just gloss over it or someone doesn't delete it by accident. We will listen and we will put it at the end of this podcast. So if you're watching the video version, we cannot put it on YouTube because we get X'd right away. And that whole video is toasted. But the podcast version is still free. It is still the Wild West. So we can promote the band of the week at the end of the show. Put a little link in the podcast description. Kind of help out some independent music. So this week, the band's called Crush XO. All one word. The song's called Pour Me a Little More. It's a catchy little rock and roll tune. I think you'll enjoy it.
Next Space News is coming April 23rd. And that's all we got. So keep those eyes on the skies and enjoy the band of the week.
Peace.